Yes, it's America's favorite, the Bludgeon, now in a special collector's edition. Tanya Harding's personally autographed Bludgeon.
Hi, I'm Tanya Harding, champion ice skater. I try to excel at everything I do, and I don't let no one get in my way. That's why I use America's #1 personal security system, the Bludgeon.
With each purchase of the Bludgeon, 5% goes toward the United States Olympic Committee, 10% profits toward Miss Harding's lawyer's fees.
Get one today, the Bludgeon.
The Tanya Harding autographed Bludgeon, only $39.95. Also available in Jeff Galooly and LAPD models.
Good evening. I'm Mark Murphy, head writer of Through the Wire. And although I don't believe this program should be used for airing personal grievances, I think the public would wish to be made aware of a blatant miscarriage of justice. Recently, while traveling on Main Street in Wakefield, I was pulled over by the Wakefield police and cited for speeding 15 miles an hour above the posted limit. Let me tell you something, this is ridiculous. I have a perfect driving record. You're probably wondering, well, if you weren't speeding, why did they pull you over? I'll tell you why. Quotas! They have to write a certain amount of tickets because Wakefield needs the money. But they made a mistake because I have a perfect driving record. They obviously didn't expect to pull somebody over who has a perfect driving record, which I do. Now, what should be done about this situation? Well, first, I believe the officers involved should be suspended without pay until such time as I am exonerated of these ridiculous charges. And I will be exonerated because I have a perfect driving record. Now, as soon as I am determined to be innocent, I believe that the officers involved should be fired, publicly castigated, and possibly deported. Although I'm uncertain about the legality of that. But I'm checking into it. But rest assured, justice will be done. Because I have a perfect driving record. And besides, the speed limit on Main Street is ridiculous. It's way too low. Not that I was speeding, I wasn't. But it is. Good night.
Hi, I'm Mark DiPiero, and tonight I'm here to introduce to you a new segment on Through the Wire. It's called the Tasteless Joke of the Month. Are you ready? Okay. Picture this. It's Ireland on All Hallows Eve. You can almost hear the banshees wailing in the distance, and a priest is addressing his congregation. Steps up to the podium and he says, "Has anyone here ever seen a ghost?" A flurry of hands go up. Priest leans in. "Has anyone here ever kissed a ghost?" Several hands go up. Now the priest is interested. So he says, "Has anyone here ever had sex with a ghost?" One lone hand goes up at the back of the congregation, and a man steps forward. The priest looks down and he says, "Sean Patrick O'Reilly, you've had sex with a ghost." And the man looks up and he goes, "Oh, bless me, Father, I thought you said a goat."
In accordance with new FCC regulations, we here at Through the Wire must mention that the preceding joke was not meant to be considered derogatory towards the Irish or the Catholics. The use of the Irish accent was done primarily for comic effect, and is in fact the way the joke was originally told to us. Also, the person telling the joke is of partial Irish descent. The character, Sean Patrick O'Reilly, used in the joke is not meant to reinforce the stereotype of the drunken Irishman and, again, was used for purely comic effect. Mark would have told the joke using an Italian accent, but he really couldn't do it very well. We are also obligated to provide counseling for anyone who may have been traumatized or emotionally distressed by the telling of this joke. In the age of political correctness, we all must do what we can to break down stereotypes. We are also obligated to mention that having sex with goats is illegal.
Dude, remember when I come up to you, dude, and I said, dude, what's the last song on the record? Because me and her were gonna slam, dude. Dude, you said, it's this one, dude. That's the best thing that's ever happened to me, dude. Wait.
Hello. I'd like to ask a favor of you. Boycott high movie prices. Thank you.
Well, I'm from my finger. Now. Get sweet, baby. Well, I need a lyric. Ow. Dude, birds go insane. Well, I don't need no more. Cow. Land of the record. Now.
Commander Riker, message from engineering, sir.
Riker here.
Commander, an alien life form is beaming aboard. There's no way to stop it.
Let's get to the transporter room. Right away. I'm Commander William Riker of the USS Enterprise. Who are you?
Hello, I'm Dick Lyons, Mayor of the City of Melrose.
Sir, Melrose is apparently a 20th century Earth colony.
What is your business here?
Well, you see, a lot of my valued constituents' automobiles have been vandalized by people coming over from Malden.
And what does that have to do with us?
Well, I figure we can use the ship's weapons to just totally destroy Malden. Blammo!
Commander, that was absolutely brilliant. The way you tricked him onto the transporter pad and blew him right off the ship.
I had to. He was mad with power. Today, Malden. Tomorrow, Wakefield or Stoneham. There's a valuable lesson to be learned here. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure there is one. Steady goes, Ensign. Warp speed ahead.
Hello, folks. I'm Jeff Mate, producer and director of Through the Wire, and I'd just like to say to you that Star Trek is stupid. I mean, come on. Let's get real. What makes people think that in just a few hundred years, everyone's going to be nice to each other? And in a few hundred years, we'll all be driving around in spaceships. No way. In a few hundred years, we won't even have reached Mars, never mind some other galaxy. And just for once, wouldn't you like to see Captain Picard say, "Excuse me, I've got to go to the bathroom"? That's reality. Let's talk about aliens. Aliens are not going to be some big-headed creatures with pointy ears that are humanoid. And aliens are not going to be robot-like creatures that are all friendly and talk in a British accent like in Star Wars. I'll tell you what aliens are going to be. They're going to be great big slimy creatures with wavy tentacles. And if they touch you, they're going to suck the blood right out of your body. That's what aliens are going to be. So I just want to say to you that Star Trek is a load of crap. Thank you. Now, back to our regularly scheduled program.
Hello, and welcome to the book review. Today we'll be looking at 3 books currently on the New York Times bestseller list. Our first book is by Talkmaster Rush Limbaugh. His book's entitled, "I'm a Big Fat Idiot Who Doesn't Know Anything." This is a remarkably candid autobiography where he confesses that, in fact, he doesn't know a damn thing. He apologizes for lying all the time, and he's decided to put his time to better use championing gun control, abortion, and civil rights. Readers will be touched by the chapter on his Twinkie addiction. Our next book is by Stephen King, master of modern horror. The title of his new book is another overlong book with a stupid monster that falls apart in the end. True to form, this is about 3,000 pages long, deals with this radioactive lima bean that grows to massive proportions, beats up a little town in Maine, and in the end is destroyed by the kindness of a little child's heart. Our third book isn't really a book at all. It's more like a pamphlet titled All the Women I Didn't Sleep With in Arkansas While I Was Governor by President Bill Clinton. I'm afraid this will only appeal to historians and gossip mongers. Apparently it's doing very well in Arkansas, though, because husbands apparently are buying it to make sure their wives' names are in it. The president reportedly is working on a much longer book titled All the Women I Did Sleep With While I Was President. That's about it. So until next time, keep reading.
Good evening. I'm Mike. My guest is convicted serial killer Ted Grumby. Ted murdered 11 people. 12 people. And has, for the past 7 years, been serving 3 consecutive life sentences in a maximum security prison in Texas. Now, however, psychiatrists say that Ted has paid his debt to society and is capable of resuming a normal life. They want him freed. Ted, why did you do it?
Well, I had a really bad childhood, and nobody paid any attention to me growing up. My dad was this disgruntled aerospace engineer who never gave me the time of day, and I had low self-esteem, and no one ever paid any attention to me whatsoever, ever. And, Mike, Mike,
Let's go to the phones. Hello, you're on with Mike Morton and convicted serial killer Ted Grumby.
Hello, Mike.
Yes, hello.
I just love your show.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I love.
Do you have a question for Ted?
No, but I would like to know, where did you buy that suit?
Oh, you like this?
What?
Oh, thank you. Actually, all of the suits on the show are provided by Giraldi Brothers, fine tailors since 1937, and they're located on Newberry Street. They do a wonderful job selecting the colors and patterns and material. This is a herringbone, and the interior lining is just wonderful. Thank you very much for the call. Let's take another call. Hello, you're on with Mike Morton and Ted Grumby.
Hello, Mike.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
Good.
Are you gonna do another with the Chippendale dances?
Maybe. Yeah, we may do another show. Do you have a question for Ted?
No.
Okay. I'm talking with convicted serial killer Ted Grumby, who murdered 12 people. Let's take a call. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello, Mike.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. Do you have a question for Ted?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do? Great.
yes,
Ted,
yes.
what's it like talking with Mike Morton?
Good evening, and welcome to the Melrose Forum. Tonight we're going to discuss the recent increase in Russian emigres to the city of Melrose. My guest tonight is the Russian ambassador, Yuri Shanovsky, and with him is his interpreter, Ivan Ovlovich. Yuri, why are so many Russians emigrating to Melrose?
Das war nicht da.
Я с трудом по-русски. Извините, пожалуйста. Я экспорт Чернова, пуф, Стравинский мед. Я пони не понимаю.
He says he does not know.
Well, he must have some idea. Ask him if it could be the recent result of the loosening of the immigration laws to this country.
The first nektik vishta valost nasta.
Здравствуйте, mein Herr und la gastro. Доброе утро, да, спокойной ночи, ночи, день. Как дела, как живешь?
Maybe.
That's all he said? Nothing else?
Yes.
He talked for a minute and a half, and all he could say was maybe?
Russian language is very, very complex language. It is not like American language where you can express ideas with one word. Russian language is very, very complex.
Well, we're running out of time. Just one more question, very briefly, yes or no. Could these Russian emigres have any effect on Melrose culture?
Vostok nashta fash gishta. What?
Я не понимаю.
He says that it is his considered opinion that Russian emigres will attempt to assimilate into Melrose culture.
Very
However, if Melrose does not accept Russian emigres, the Russian emigres will segregate. This is not good. However, the Russian people have a long history of being in a culture while not being part of a culture. He believes that by being separate, these people will allow themselves to be assimilated into culture, but will not possibly be accepted by the culture itself.
He said all that?
Pretty much, yeah.
In one word?
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to thank our guests, Yuri Chernovsky, and his interpreter. Good night.
We're here in Sitani, Pennsylvania, and the date is February the 2nd, 1993. We're awaiting the traditional emergence of the groundhog. Now, if the little fella sees a shadow, it means another 6 weeks of winter. But if he doesn't, spring is on the way. Oh, I think I see something. Yes, he's coming up. Yes, I see the little fella now. Here he comes. And yeah, I see a shadow. Wait a second, that's not his shadow. That's Tony Harding's shadow. Oh no!
I want more ice time.
Why?
Hi, I'm Jeff Gillooney, and anytime anybody gets in my way of making a lot of money, I use the bludgeon.
Mike, I'm sorry. We're out of time. That's
Did I
it.
the line right?
No, it was fine. It was fine, but we just ran out of time. But the show ran a little longer than we expected. Strike the set.
Can't we milk it a little longer?
I'm sorry. That's it.
good
We're rolling the end credits, and
but it's good.
no, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it was a funny bit, but maybe next month we can work it into the show or something. Hey, see you later. No, go home and work on it. It was good. It was really good.
But maybe next month.
No.
No?
Hey, I'll see you later. No.
Next
month. Next month. Go home and work. It's good. There's nothing wrong with it. Good night.
Night.
Good night.
Sweet time tomorrow night.